Thank, thank you, Madhava. I had a quick run to the convenience. I came back just in time to hear you were doing the little bits. Gratitude to all, and thank you to Madhava, of course, for the platform. Won't say much more. My mother's spirit. I admired my mother's courage, resilience, and sacrifice. Sometimes lost in the sweet wine of adversities, she, like Maya Angelou, like so many others, fell many a time. Yet she rose undaunted, a soaring phoenix, striving to reconnect with paradise. So many candles of afflictions came her way, yet I don't think she ever stopped loving. Even if at times, as her son, I sense her cries, tears soaring to the infinite, she still did not surrender to the bittersweet challenges that came her way. Rather, I saw her cute smile, the light of her heart, her invisible hands held upright in prayer, knowing intuitively that she was held by love's grace, the very act of mercy that sustained her under 7 wonderful children. My mother served soulfully and diligently to the very end, pacing her way to the shrine of holiness to confer with the flowering white lotuses of love. Born a lion, I believed myself to be a sheep. I roamed for millennia, joined the ignorance of separation, bleating, my fate seemingly sealed, making unusual noises in a jungle of despair. Until one day, I heard a roar within a streak of light, felt an inner energy severing my illusionary fetters. A great lioness chanted my glories, holding a magical mirror to my face. I saw myself, like my fellow comrades, in the blazing temple of supernal love. Rediscovering the voice of my original fullness, I rode with the power of innumerable lions, dancing with the delight of unspoken prodigals. A glimpse into the beauty of meaning. I took the bouquet of flowers from the florist, carefully tied with ribbons, and smiled endearingly. My heart blended into the cutest innocence, tenderness, and affection of my gorgeously charming daughter. She loves roses, and I, tulips, but her grateful gaze admired the lushness of the additional orchids, fuchsias, lavenders, and hyacinths, as well as foliage and branches. They expressed harmony, and I could feel their spirit even as my princess's joy exceeded expectations. She, hugging me intensely, kissing my cheeks to display her soul's gratitude. Rainbows are like flowers too, for they speak of wonder, of oneness in diversity, of tranquility and spectacle, of light. Indigo kisses the vast blue heavens, even as crimson dances in sunsets, and all in unison merges with the crest of horizons. My daughter knew, as I did, as the flowers, of the rose's selfless sacrifice, even as lavenders held sweet-scented conversations with the purple hyacinths. They know that each one is unique, has its own story to tell, an exquisite symphony to the eternal orchestra of love. I recall my grandfather's garden of flowers, a tapestry of marigolds, perennials, and cherry blossoms, waltzing in the breath of breaths, all tap dancing on my soul like the strings of a violin, reaching out in concerto to my own inner sonata covered in supernal excellence. Today I'm with my daughter, it's her birthday, and we hug, our souls singing of the glory of life and the harmony of creation. Like delicate flowers in stately grace, like the rainbow, like my beautiful darling, love is not concerned with our darkness, but our light. Oh, sweet, sweetest, sweetest souls, don't rush. Grow at love's pace. Can you not see that the dark cocoon has now become a most beautiful butterfly? The tortoise never hurries, so she lives 100 years. Be proud of your vessel as she's proud of her shell. You're a mirror of love's light, have something unique to offer to the world, like the strings of a violin, the opulence of a Taj Mahal. Never forget the ants, bees, and fireflies, for to the pollen the bee means life. Even as to the child, fireflies are an enchanting wonder. You are more majestic than peacocks. In essence, the pinnacle of natural beauty, your inner plumage more resplendent than 1,000 phoenixes. Look at the gracefulness and elegance of swans. See how they move with the spectacle of a ballerina's poise and deftness. Yet they too, like lilies, pays homage to the sanctity of your soul. Always see hope in the darkness and brave the storms of life. Bitter medicine can make the insides uncomfortable, but ultimately cures the ailment. Sometimes one sees only an abyss, but to remain there can be an affront to the love that bore us all. If in the face of trials I still walk along the river of life, the light will surely guide me home. One must be as patient as another who bides his time to confront the enemy, for some vices lurk in secret places requiring courage to subdue. I am a warrior of love, filled with pride divine, as I have a lot to offer to the universe. A most bewildering light, temporarily lost in a slumber of illusions necessary to evolve. O love, you who ignited my wakefulness, take me to the timeless silence of my original home. I stroked the folds of her hair, patting them lovingly with my fingers. Bringing her closer with my embrace, I kissed her forehead affectionately, allowing her time for the heart to glow and unfurl as vermilion roses, my soul a flood of tenderness, affection, and romance. I told her I loved her, but did not bind her with possessive sentiments, knowing that she came from a supernal light, radiating luster from the unbounded, with a depth and vastness a zillion times more complete than the twinkle of stars and nebulae. I watched her heart melt with amazement as she answered the doorbell to the smile of a florist, holding chrysanthemums, orchids, and tulips, her favorites, all wrapped in a bouquet of lavender fragrance and a card that spoke to her of Valentine's. Our kisses were soft, sensual, intimate, yet I did not rush her into the blush of hot emotions. I allowed her soul freedom, so it sang of the meadows in which we once walked, the decor and ambience of chandeliers, of our lost restaurant tryst, of those who served us with bow ties, while our souls blended in an ethereal haven. This love is not the kind that I feel for my mother's sumptuous puddings, nor her delectables, with seasonings, flavorings, and tastiness, all in symmetry with my inner cravings. No, however palatable they may be, and they're the best. Yet this love is sacred, beyond culinary treats. My beloved and I, standing together as if on holy ground, beneath coconut palms on sandy beaches, enjoying the vista of aquamarine waters. A love where butterflies and doves all dance to the elegance and cadences of our hearts. One where we blend so well that save the ecstasy experience, our souls do silent pirouettes like ballerinas, like Plesetskaya in Swan Lake. She sat on my lap, me running my fingers slowly down the tip of her nose, her moist lips and burning spine, even as I caressed the folds of her beauty, our breaths quickening, waltzing to the melody invoked by lyrical whispers, creating bud songs in her spirit. We blended so well that she sat up and embraced me, offering herself in a way that startled with its seductiveness, all because I made her feel safe in my arms, having learned from the wisdom of experience that empathy induces love, that my desires should merge with my queen's, 100% attuned to her emotions. From this point on, we fell into an effortless passion, merging in harmony like strands on a well-tuned sitar, becoming silent as our hearts dripped reverence long after the sunset was over. She was smiling joyfully as the celestial stars twinkled and the moon winked gleefully, my queen acknowledging that I had given everything with a heart of love. Sometimes breath ceases. Sweet Shima has consumed me so much that I feel only the stillness of being. I ascend on golden wings, sit on her lap where nothing else matters. Stroke my hair, go on. Tell the snow-white dahlias that we have blended like rainbows, our colors mixed with such intensity that they become flames of light. My heart weeps with the agony of silent joy, you filling my vessel like water does a reservoir. Only I rise, a kite perhaps, waltzing at your command, dancing with celestial deities. Sometimes you pervade the stillness of my dreams. You touch my head, I experience a state of deathless bliss, so real to me that my soul still swoons with the virgin dawn. My heart sings with the symphony of starlings, offering myself to the glories of your dance divine. Sometimes I hear love laughing with the willows. I watch as the herd of antelopes graze, spontaneous in their habits, while I, pensively tugging at the light of tomorrows, embraces your glee. I swoon in a crescendo of emotive energy, delectable, like a homemade cake. It is then that my beloved light illumines my despair, offering herself in sacrifice as the meal at my table. My heart spills joy, yet like a never-ending chalice, you continue to pour this magically crimsoned wine down my being until the soul is intoxicated and I, too, comprehend your laughter with the willows. O joy, O beauty, fill me with the light quintessential to meaning. Show me the way to your deathless bliss. Splashes of undulating white makes the ravine looks even more beautiful. We've seen these scenes before. Surges of aquamarine ripples beneath a canopy of blue sky and scattered clouds. You hold my gaze, a nature lover, watching the stream sipping through the magnificent cobbled stones on either side of the stunning canyon. The verdant hue of the foliage stands regal, enclosed by glorious gray rock walls, plus an amphitheater of magical cliffs dominating the lushness of this plateau. The harps of minstrels calls to me, my beloved whispering melodies to hearts blending together as one in this breathtaking pinnacle moment of being. I gaze upwards, my soul spilling gratitude for this bewildering light of creation. My last poem. You catch my attention, and I am drawn towards you like the wafts of unfurling roses to a paramour, like the moth is to the flame. Only your fire evolves from the joy of an ineffable sweetness, bewildering the passionate lover in my heart. Yet I struggle with the demons within me. Ancient ghouls still haunt me like shadows, alluring me into the ephemeral nature of the flesh, its wanton desires, pushing me into a destructive path, almost impossible to resist. The voice of my beloved calls me, come, I rise like a teenaged Maya Angelou, only to fall on the bridge of sorrows and regrets that I created myself, the bed of nails that sting me like nettles, and in this chimera of life, I swing once again like a Libran pendulum. Still, you call, and for a while I repel my fears, the fetters that chain me to a loneliness I carry upon my shoulders like a dead elephant. March forwards as if enticed by the solace of a lusted moon, the rays of a sun I know I feel within, both pulling me towards my golden summers. Alas, the heart is weak, my attachment's intense, and the love Kameni Kanchana, Las Mujeres y el Oro, Women and Gold, accompanied by my bipolar nature, tussling as Dr. Jekyll and Hyde do with light and shadows, until once again I fall into an abyss of insecurity and pain. Oh, love, you who never fail to compensate in my darkness, come, where are you in my hour of need? My beloved responds, saying that she hides as roses in my thorns, offers a flickering candle in my darkness, shines as a beacon of hope to me, a divine mariner in turbulent oceans. She says she's there in the fields of war, in the trials and tribulations of those too weak to scream, yet alone run, that adversity burns with the light of heaven, offering a GPS so I can return home, if only I knock on a door of compassion. Instead, I behave like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, too instinctive to be discreet. There's a winter within me, concealed in the warmth of 100 summers, and in the war waged against my inner Goliaths lies concealed the accuracy of 1,000 slingshots of love. I'm like an inebriate, hands shaking at dawn, yet reaching for his next bottle. One caught in the illusion of ecstasy, still committing acts of aggression to ensure my next fix, unaware that his own heart is a citadel of astonishing beauty and unspoken delight. Chained to complacency and mental turmoil, I can only soak in the toxic poisons I see on TV, the untruths I drink from the media. Oh, love, take away this cross from me. Help me to adhere to the ways of paradise, so I will ultimately find my way into the portals of supernal bliss. Lantern Carrier, thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Madhava, for offering this platform. Thank you.